Hey there, everybody. It's Rogue Legend here. I'm also just recording this as is. There's no real, I'm gonna let the background noise play. I don't really care right now. I just gotta make sure that everything's working fine. It's looking like it is. It's looking like we're going fine. Anyway. Times is stressful. I'm not blind to it. I'm not, looking away on purpose. I'm not looking away by accident. I guess it would be the better thing to say. Stressful. And when things get stressful, there's always a couple of ways to approach it. Very unhealthy ways to, at least in my opinion, is to just bury yourself in the stressful things. Because then you're gonna just keep piling on the weight until eventually you just get crushed by it. The way to kind of let that out is to talk it out, but of course if you don't got people to talk it out with, then kind of sitting there, your thoughts. I wanted to do other vids today, but like the more and more I kept like thinking about stuff, the more it just kind of started to weigh down, so I decided to do a little talks. A little reconnect. Over here's been okay. Summer never really treats me the best. I'm a big guy. Sweat a lot. I seriously do sweat a lot. It's weird to me. Like, my dad used to clown on me, being like, "There goes Sweat Man." I'm just like, "Dad, I don't like this. Stop." And I didn't like the nickname. I thought it was just the teasing that he used to do. It was never being mean. It was just being silly. He even got the joke himself from one of the old shows we used to watch. I can't remember the name of it, but the character was called the Melt Man with the power to melt. So I was Sweat Man with the power to sweat. But yeah, I also don't like the heat. I will go on record for saying that you can frickin' paint me as the goddamn summer hater that I am, but I prefer the colder weather. I like sweatpants. I like sweaters. I love warm coats and blankets. I like fuzzy... well, I don't know if I like fuzzy pillows. Like, I have a pillow that I wouldn't really describe as fuzzy. I don't know how to describe it. It's a weird pillow. It's not a body pillow. When anyone starts being weird. But yeah, it's a weird thing. Also, just like, who likes waking up sweating? Who likes waking up, in a pool of themselves? I don't want to have to, every 30 minutes, take a shower because I started sweating. And it's like, I'm gross now. Then leave. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine. And the sweat happens again, and then it's back to the shower. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to take the time to talk a little bit, talk about what's going on, what's going on here. Actually, I just recently discovered from Friday Night Funkin' Silly Billy mod. Not that I played it myself, but I heard it and like, wow. Just wow. I'm a very empathic person. Like, I can kind of feel when people are getting stressed, upset, or nervous and such. Of course, the caveat being that they have to be. I have to know them. I can't just go look at someone on the street and be like, you're not feeling the best. But, and it's funny because I know it's true because I've gotten people to be like, is it really that obvious? And I'm just like, yeah, at least to me it is. You may be able to hide it from others, but I can tell. But the emotions from Silly Billy, just like that, you all know what I'm talking about. But if you know it, you know the line, and it's so good, especially the little details you see in the character and the model. You know, and I'm glad they gave the character the center screen for that and zoomed in too. Not that seeing, BF would have been a problem there, because it's the whole point of the mod, but the fact that they went that extra step to make it, like, to kind of get that message through with the character, I thought it was great. Like, I'm a big sucker for things like that. Emotional moments in general tend to, like, it can get me if they're done really well. You know, you know what? Let's go. Let's do what I would be doing if I were on a podcast. Let's talk about my own hot takes, specifically in anime. I do not whatsoever like Devilman, specifically Devilman Crybaby. I could go on and on about the reasons why, and besides the stupidity that was the freaking running with their hands, they look like a beast. It's subtle. I'm gonna need more water for this guy. I'm definitely gonna. My voice is not gonna be happy with me after this. Right? The voice acting for the very last scene. I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't seen it, because if you enjoy that type of stuff and you want to watch it, by all means, don't let my naysaying just, take away from your enjoyment. But I think it's criminal how much emotion and such they put into that moment. Playing overhead game. Wait for that to pass. Alright. So, I think it's criminal how they put so much solid, good voice acting into that moment. Like, it plays out perfectly, if I'm being honest. Like, the build up, the lead up, it just, everything about that moment was just, oh, beautiful. It's just a shame it had to be attached to Devilman Crybaby. Now, why don't I like it? To be fair, I'm not the biggest fan of many what I feel to be mean-spirited things. It's just, I can't wrap my mind around it. Perhaps I don't want to wrap my mind around it. Perhaps the fact that there's that type of mindset and stuff, it will never suit me. I'm an optimist. I'm forever an optimist. I want to believe good can and will happen. I want to believe that in people's innate kindness. If I suddenly collapse outside for whatever reason, I want to believe that it wouldn't just be people coming up to me to check my pockets to take what they can before dipping. I want to believe they're coming to check my pockets and look for who they're going to call to help me, and even using my phone to call someone. And there are good people who would do that. There are good people in my neighborhood who I know would look out for me like that. And I want to believe it's not just them who would do that. I want to believe a random good Samaritan would see that happen and be like, check on me. There are kind people in the neighborhood. They've complimented both me and my brother when we're walking out and about. They've just randomly, And then there's Mini Legend, who's just a little ball of sunshine and rainbows. Who, like, constantly is like, I like your hair, I like your dog. There's such a little bright, shining example of just kindness. So, again, that might be the reason. Who knows? But, like, anytime I just see, like, there's a lot of times I'll drop shows for just feeling like they're being pointlessly cruel. Which is funny, because I like Berserk and Goblin Slayer. And so people will see, like, I like that. Well, here, let me just list off the ones that I've read and I've liked. There's Vagabond. There's Vinland Saga. There's Berserk. There's Goblin Slayer. In fact, let me go. Is mine? No, it's not. This is. I'll tell you all right now. What are some of the... Oh, goodness, tired. Ugh. Excuse me. Let's see. Would I count Hunter x Hunter as part of that? I don't know. Would I count Eminence and Shadow as part of that? That's another one. Or would I count as possibly being mean-spirited? Probably not. Probably not, for being fair. But again, you look at Berserk, you look at Vagabond, you look at Vinland, you look at Goblin Slayer, and you're like, oh, those are kind of, woof, heroic? Well, how can you say you're not a big fan of, like, stuff like that? But then you read that stuff. Well, let me dissect it a little bit for you, at least from my point of view. Vinland always has the little bit of hope there, the chance that things can and will be better. Vagabond, from where I left off, it's looking like our lead is going to find his way, and it's hopeful. I even have to say it about the themes of hope and overcoming despair and stuff in Berserk. I'm sure it's been said by better. And there's Goblin Slayer that never gives up. And never gives up the fight is one thing, but also just, he keeps going. He keeps giving people that life, and they believe in him. If anyone can get it done, it's Goblin Slayer. But the themes of hope and the catharsis from seeing the good things happen, and not taking, like, what? Chapters on chapters on chapters just to have the resolution? Like, because there are just so many bits of media. Like, anime and manga and shows and such. And sometimes I just can't wrap my mind around them. Like, initially, I did not care for the boys. But after watching some clips and such, after seeing Homelander specifically, because that actor, my God, is he brilliant and terrifying. Like, whenever I see Homelander smile, I'm like, ooh. I hope that's a public smile, because if it's a in private smile, I don't think you're gonna make this out of there. And I only got that from just clips. I imagine watching the show, even with what I know, woof, just woof, right? But again, it's just my preference on such, I like the hero winning. I like the hero getting the bad guy after the bad guy did something bad. I don't like waiting friggin' 3 whole books before the bad guy gets their comeuppance, and even then it's a bittersweet thing, just like, I did the bad thing, but it was actually for good. No. Just let me see them get their comeuppance. But that's not how it is in the real world. Or we're not in the real world. We're in the fictional world, where I want to see the fictional people do the good fictional things. It doesn't have to emulate the real world. It can just be, we can just have happy to have happy. We don't gotta have all the friggin' depressing and annoying stuff that we often do. So, it's... There's times where I just don't get it. Like, legitimately, I don't... I know people consume that content. Again, whatever helps you, whatever makes you feel better, whatever's doing it for you, keep doing it. Don't let my silly words friggin' take away from your enjoyment of it. You should enjoy it. I'm just a weirdo on the internet who screams sometimes at games and gets startled very easily. Why does anything I say... Why does anything I say have a super impact on what you like if I don't like it? It shouldn't. Even if you like me, even if you think my stuff's great, and if you do, thank you. But look at the things I like and I'm obsessed with, right? I love Kirby. I love One Piece. So, you know, I'll let you all call me cringe now and laugh at me. And guess what? The follow-up is I like Dragon Ball. So, although that shouldn't be a surprise, but still. I love big robots. I am a standard boy who grew up in the 90s, and the giant robots are freaking awesome. Still wish Custom Robo would make a resurrection at some point. Fingers crossed Nintendo thought detection ban outside. Don't know. I'll explain that after. But just... Again, a big part of the reason, though, why things like just Devilman just rubbed me the wrong way entirely is because I can't imagine that viewpoint. I can't. To see the world in that type of color, it just boggles my mind. I almost refuse to believe it out of principle alone. Again, I know there's horrible things. I know there are bad things. But shouldn't the bad make us want to be better? Be more hopeful? Be good? Do good? Help out those who need it? Maybe I'm being overly optimistic and altruistic, but that's just going to be me. It's just going to be how I do things. I do want to kind of do more yapping, but it is getting kind of up there, and I really just do want to relax after this. Again, I'm a simple guy. The little duckies bumping into each other. Fucking silly duckies. I can say that. I've labeled all my content as mature. I just try not to swear all the time because I want to try to see if I don't have to do it. Plus, I make up for it when I'm off stream. Ooh, do I make up for it when I'm off stream? Yeah. Hey, can I say this is a gameplay video now that I've commentated on the game and laughed at what's happened in the game? No? Alright then. Oh, I appreciate any of you who listened to me for this amount and watched this video. Lord knows I don't expect people to watch the talks. You're here to see me either flounder about in a video game or do well in a video game and then question why I'm so bad at it. But I want to thank you all for watching if you did, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, you know what to do. Much appreciated if you do. And until next time, I just want to say, laters.